Welcome back to the Cooper Cricket Workshop. Today's a bit of a different video for us. We're usually in a really cleaner space. We've got it ready for that one bat that we're working on, or two bats that we're working on. But today's just any day at the workshop. There's plenty going on and plenty of different things. We're really busy at the minute, so we're going to work on a whole bunch of different bats today. Alright, so today we're going to work on a couple of vintage refurbs. So we've got a nice grey neck scoop here. An old county, which I've never ever seen before, but we're going to make that look as new as possible. A B3 bat, which is a few seasons old. We've already cleaned that up last season. It's had a really good year. We're just going to do it again. We've got an old PUMA here, PUMA Millichamp, that we're going to clean up, and this is still being used, this one. We've got a new Harrow bat here that needs to be made, and then a player's bat here that's for an older gentleman who needs it to be big enough but light enough to be able to still use and this guy's in his 60s. So a real mix of things we need to do with these bats. We've got, with the old vintage bats, a little bit of computer work with the designs on them. We've got the cleanups and any repairs that need to happen on them. We've also got the new bat, which is a totally new shaping that we need to do. And then with the brand new bat that we need to shape on the router, you'll see that on the CNC being pre-shaped for that one. So you're going to get a real snapshot of what an everyday day looks like at Cooper Cricket. So let's get into it. The first bat we're going to work on is this B3 cricket bat. It's got a bit of edge damage along here. I've already started working on this one. A little bit of toe damage, but just needs a clean up, really, just so he can have it when he goes over to England to play over there. So let's get into it. I've got to put shoe goo on this bat. Now, there's no use doing it onto a smooth, perfect surface, because shoe goo, like any paint or anything that needs to sit on and bond to the surface, needs to have a rough surface to bond to. So whilst I've cleaned this toe up and it's really smooth at the moment, I'm just going to hit it again with this 80 grit sandpaper just to give it something that the shoe goo can bind to. So for toe protection on bats like this, we'll recommend shoe goo. It'll go over the whole toe and protect it from any kind of moisture going into it. We prefer shoe goo over toe guards because shoe goo just doesn't come off. It bonds really well to the cricket bat. Toe guards are absolutely rubbish, and we hate them on cricket bats. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So when we put this on, it's really important that you have some hand sanitizer. Now, everyone in the world should probably have hand sanitizer at their house, given the COVID situation, but this will ensure that you get a nice smooth finish to your shoe goo, and it will look nice on the bottom of your bat. Shoe goo is always messy when you go to put it on, so we try and make it a little neater by using masking tape. We've got this thinner masking tape, but you can really use any masking tape at all. The reason why we do it is to create a barrier that the shoe goo can't go over, so you create a nice neat line. It won't be perfectly crisp, but it will be as neat as you're going to get it. So yeah. Need to give this bat a quick oil. It hasn't had an oil all season, and we are going to put a bit of face protection over this. So rather than wait for this to dry and then put the oil on and then wait for that to dry, oil it now, and then later on today or even tomorrow morning I'll be able to polish it and then put a facing on there. So we're all done with this one now. So we just need to make sure that we leave this bat sit vertically. We want to leave that for an hour, and that will get kind of touch dry, but it really takes 24 hours for it to cure. So leave it in a corner of a room or somewhere it's not going to get disturbed if you're doing it at home, and then you'll come back the next day and it'll be good to go. So next up is this County 747. This is a really old bat. I've never seen one of these before, and this is for the owner. It's a birthday present to himself to get it refurbished. We've got a bit to do on this one. Yet to know what's under this wrap here at the bottom. This is pigskin. This is what they used to use for repairs back in the day. I don't know where you get pigskin from these days, but once we get this off, we'll see what's under there. This guy's dog has used it as a bit of a chew toy, and we've got a bit of damage on each shoulder, so we'll repair that and make that look as new as possible, and we'll clean it up. So let's go. So next off the bat is this grey neck junior scoop. We don't have to do too much to it repair wise. It's in pretty good condition. We will sand this scoop down, repaint that. We have got a bit of a stuck melted grip on here, so we'll need to take that off, of course. And then this should come up a real treat, so let's go. Okay, so by now you've guessed there's a whole bunch of sanding that needs to happen when you do lots of cricket bats, and it gets everywhere. As much as we try and capture it, it gets everywhere. Anyway, this one here has been all sanded and it's all polished, ready to go. Now we just need to prepare it for painting. So when we paint it, we just need to put some tape around to mask off that area. We use a special, it's a Signwriter's fine line tape for getting nice crisp lines when doing paintwork. And so we'll put that around there and then mask it up with a bit of masking tape and paper to cover the whole bat, and then we'll be able to paint it from there. There are some little nicks and dings in there, so we'll put a filler primer in there first to fill all those up, and then once that's done we'll give that a sand and give it a top coat. So now we've got this PUMA to do. It's a one of these really classic old shapes that Millichamp and Hall came out with back in the day, and nothing wrong with this. Player still uses this one, but it desperately needs an oil. Just needs a good cleanup. So we'll get that sorted. Okay, so we're all done with these three vintage bats. I mean, I couldn't be happier with how they've come up. I really love doing these vintage bats. I love bringing them back to life for people so that they can sit them on their mantelpiece or in their showroom or whatever, wherever they want to put them. But you will notice that there's not 5 bats here. Remember, we had those 2 other new bats that we were making. As what happens with small business, things don't always go to plan. And we got busy, stuff happened, urgent jobs came in. So we're going to end this video here. So this will be part 1. And part 2, we'll have the complete shaping of those 2 bats. And you'll be able to see the whole process of that. So if you've got any questions or comments about what we've done here, please leave them in the section below. And we'll catch you in part 2.